Thanks for tuning in. We're excited to explore the importance of investing in youth development and how it can have a positive impact on individuals, community, and society as a whole. Joining us is Dr. Edohoeket Eshiet, a counseling psychologist with expertise in youth development, who will be discussing the benefit of investing in young people and how we can work together to create a brighter future for all. So let's get started. Doctor, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nancy.
I thought you were giving me a handshake.
Doctor, welcome.
Oh my goodness.
Nice to have you.
Yeah. All right, so doctor, let's dive into this crucial conversation. We're talking about youth these days. So when we say youth, because I know you have a whole lot of them coming to you every blessed day as your students, your mentees and all that. All right, so when we talk about youth, what is it that we can, invest in youth, that can give this lasting impact to them as individually?
Thank you. That's what I say, a very complex question that needs to be broken down. First of all, you need to understand who is a youth.
Okay.
Youth, you're talking about people that from ages from your teens to 30.
That's another discussion because a lot of persons will say, I'm a youth.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
30 years.
That's why you don't go for NYC when you're 30.
Yeah, that's true.
Though in a nation you can see someone that is 50 says a youth. So it's that period. That youth you have some that are young adults, adolescents, early adolescents. So, and it tapas at 30.
Okay.
At that stage, people are expected that they would have gone through education or a training or a skill development, and they are fully settled to lead their own life. They are no more dependent on their aunties, their fathers, except if only for direction is critical. In fact, at that stage, they should be thinking of having another generation. So young people in this category, that is people from secondary school who have left secondary school, possibly they are done with their tertiary education and they are yet to become full members of society. They are called youth.
Okay.
And one thing we need to invest in them is to invest in them in such a way that they are able to have identity, to fully understand who they are. And that has to do with having acquired a level of positive education.
Okay.
They have a skill they can deploy, or a training, or a trade. They should be able to give back to society. Then there are the three ways. Either you do that through a functional education. For example, you go to school, you learn engineering, so you are known as an engineer. You use that knowledge to bring solution, then you earn from it. Then another way is that you earn through maybe a trade.
Okay.
You may become someone is into building.
It's not skill acquisition now.
Trade.
Trade like.
Is, the people I generally use skill acquisition, but skill is an expertise, a learned way to do things well. Even in this communication, in this studio, there are skills. But one other way is that when they talk about trade, they say it's a skill because the reason is that mostly a trade has to do with a lot of functional mechanistic skills. A young person either has education, has that trade, or a business. You're a carpenter, you're a plumber, you're into interior decor, something that you are known for. And then whether a business, sometimes people go and align with someone to learn the skill of a trade, and afterward they come and start selling, maybe buy and selling.
Apprenticeship.
Yes. So in other words, a young person should be able to have that identity that when talk about him, he has something to contribute. When that is not there, he loses self-esteem and he falls short of expectations with his own peers and cohorts in life. So that now brings identity confusion because in education-wise, he's not a professional. He goes to a skill. There's nothing you can identify him with. Okay, even if it's a trade, so it's just floating. And it will soon become a problem to himself and then to society. So the society needs to as a matter of urgency, look at the young people we have, what are they good at? And this will not happen except there's a conscious effort for it to be done.
All right, I saw some videos earlier of I thought I've forgotten his name, something like Coconut Head or something like that. A guy who goes around his community, talking to youth, boys and girls, talking to them about things they can do with their hand. And I watched some of his videos, and about 4 or 5 that I was able to see, most of the people he spoke to didn't demand for much. They didn't have much. It's kind of a poor community, you understand? So they are jobless. But one thing I noticed each of them said was, we not too need much, as in we don't demand for too much. Or those basic necessities of life, once those things are there, we don't have problems. Now, we see lots of youth in that same line where they don't have, would they say NFA, no future ambitions. They are just content with what they have around them. So in situations like that, what do you think people can do to such people who have such mindset, to make them see that there's more to life than just, living in that community and just having the basics?
Okay. There is a theory we say social cognitive theory.
Okay.
The way people think and react to life is a function of the societal milieu they find themselves. So they grow in to fit in. So that's why you see when someone leaves an environment and comes back, it changes in his thoughts and then even possibilities. There's a place someone stays, he believes he's not possible to do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
When he gets to a place and opportunity is there, he just knows that he was not limited by his ability, he was limited by the circumstances around him. So for this kind of people, what they need to do is, we need first of all to understand that human beings are created and wired with capacities that is inexhaustible. For the fact that someone has gone to space tells you the dimension of ability. All the gadgets here are the functions of someone's brain. And so the first thing we need to know is that a young person, a youth, is a treasure for the society.
Okay.
Is a blessing for the society. But that will be as a result of what we do for them. The Israelis have, the Jews have an adage. It's a failure to train a child or to teach him a trade is actually preparing him to be a thief.
Okay.
Because the bundle of energy for survival will be used, but it will be used against the dynamic of the society.
True.
So those kind of people, first of all, we need to, like that young man, first of all, to awaken their consciousness that they have so much they need to do. They need to be challenged. And then the next thing is, how do we create an environment for them to overcome that self-belief, because they have believed over time they cannot do more than that. So we first of all have to debrief their mindset. That's mental reorientation.
Okay.
Psychologically need to know that this is possible. Then we create the environment for them to come in
and thrive.
That's where the investment
comes in.
Is, and it comes from different sectors of the community. What we are doing is an investment in this direction.
So
All
just
right,
before Nancy painted that scenario, I was going to ask, having landed that way, what are the possible ways that the youths can be groomed towards achieving this purpose? Is the National Youth Service Corps program part of it, or could it be better, or could there be a better thing that could be done to sharpen the youths towards achieving those goals?
Thank you, Heidi. You talk about the NYC. That is at a very, almost a terminal age for them to become adults. And you know that NYC discriminates. Discriminate in the sense that if you have not passed through a tertiary institution, and so I normally say that is wrong to call it National Youth Service. It is National Graduate Service. Because you are not a youth because you went to a school. You are a youth because you are a human being, male and female, at a certain range of your life. And you still have something you can contribute to the society. Though we know the reason why it was set up, but I think that acronym, that nomenclature,
That's
because the youth doesn't have to go to university. Because those who go there is because they are privileged, not because they are better than the other person. So if you look at that stage, that is almost at a very, very fast stage. So we go back at the secondary school level. Even the primary, not everyone that passes through primary will even go to secondary. So we need to look at what do we know. The first thing is letting the person know to be conscious of who they are and the ability they have and what they can do, and that they are part of the society, not just for today but for tomorrow. And so we create that from school. What are the experiences? You go to secondary school, what are the experiences we create? What are the opportunities? Now we used to have youth sports festival. And then the state is about to do one.
True.
So because some people will have to tap their ability
talents,
from sports, some from trade, some from education. So from all dimensions, we can see we can be harvesting people. So what we really need is having opportunities, skill centers to groom people, leadership. Places people are mentored in their attitude, in their behavior, workshops. You know, we can do a different dimension. We can cut across different cohorts. The way you talk with people 15 to 20 will different from how you handle people when they are 21 to 25, because their demands and the challenges of life has expanded. So what we need is to consciously create those opportunities, and at the community, the school, even religious center, because young people are there. And they have to be made known that they have a lot to add to life. And we create opportunity for them to try. That's why we have centers, ICT centers, you have youth centers, you have libraries. ICT driven libraries that young people can go there and try. So you need to create that opportunity for them.
Yeah, thank you so very much, Doctor. So I'm like, wondering because we can't allow government to do everything. Some people would say the government should take up that, but I'm thinking it's time we start looking for groups, organizations, NGOs to chart this course. Like you have broken it down from the primary for those who probably cannot further at the secondary level. You harvest them and try to see how you can harness the skills and sharpen their mind, so that we can have the youth, which we say when we build the youth, we build a nation. Yeah, so I don't know, being that it's your area, what could be your line of thought towards this?
Thank you, Heidi. You talk about we shouldn't leave it to government alone. But in the modern society, a lot of things that were done at the level of the community and the family have been taken over by the government. Why? Because the government has taken over our resources and put it in one tray and made the people to be slaves. So sometimes the resources you need to do it is not there. But this is what to be done. The first thing is we have the National Youth Policy. The government has a policy, the state has a policy. What do we want our young people to be between now and 2030? Because that's the projections. Sustainable development for 2030, that's just 5 years from now, and it's already done. So when we look at what we want to achieve as a nation with regard to our young people, the government has that direction, that policy. It is at that level we now know what are the major things that it is government alone that can come in. And the thing will cascade to the level of the community, the NGOs, civil society organizations, and private individuals like us. But government must give that direction of what we want as a people. Then others will toe in, so that we will not be running at a discordant vision. So what are we trying to say here? Individuals have to know that they need to give back to the youth. Professional body have to do that, and which they do. But the thing is that sometimes it's just like a trickle in the sand of time. So it needs a conscious effort, and because it is huge when it comes to investment for young people, it's very huge, and you don't see. Sometimes you don't see it immediately.
The impact.
But
over time.
So it is a conscious plan that a nation must have. Now we are talking about digital economy. You're talking about artificial intelligence. What are we talking about in terms of, we just have a policy, the new school curriculum. How do we infuse it into it? What type of laboratories do we have that after SS3 this is what a student can do.
Absolutely.
What do we have in the technical colleges? Our skill centers. When we now make conscious effort and we know what we need to do, the course, we can now begin to cascade phase 1 plan, phase 2, phase 3. It is when this is done that Nancy can say, okay, this is what government is doing, and you take up some aspect of it. Then Adi will say, okay, I will take up the aspect of what? Girls mentorship.
Okay.
Because it's aligned, just like you have the sustainable goal for the United Nations. So you're able to pick it, and you know what government wants as a nation, then you fit in. You will even help families to plan, and then the nation goes as it. But once you don't have that direction, individuals will only do it out of philanthropy, but it will not be aligned with a national direction for growth and development.
True.
So that's where the challenge is. We really need to know what do we want.
Okay. All right.
So that individuals can
throw that line. All right. So when we come back, we'll go on a very short break. There's the SAFE model you talked about. Yeah. So you can tell us how to use this model to achieve this whole thing we're trying to achieve with the youth development. We'll go on a very quick break, and we'll be right back. Stay with us. All right, thank you for being there. We still have Dr. Edohoeket in the studio. Doctor, let's talk about a little bit about the SAFE model. What exactly is it, and can it be applied in this situation before we take our tweet?
Yeah, thank you. The SAFE model, S-A-F-E, is a model mostly used for youth research and development.
Okay.
Because the youth, just like children and women, they always stand at the intersection of conflicts. And they bear the brunt when things don't go well in the society. The older ones can get their way through, but the young people are always caught in the web because they are neither financially buoyant and don't even have positions to speak for themselves. And so that model, like I said, A stands for safe. That we need to create an environment that the young person is safe from harm, psychological harm.
Okay.
It's been a bit worrisome to me that every day I'm going out of my office, I'm a bit afraid because you need to have enough money in your hands. The level that people ask for food. And sometimes when you just give a boy or a girl 200, you see the excitement, they just rush to go and buy a bread to eat. So there's a psychological harm because there's no safety. Now a child cannot walk from their school to home, even if you just few poles like we used to walk. So safety from that psychological harm, both from the society, the environment, and from the home. And you know, sometimes when the home is not economically buoyant, it affects the atmosphere and the child is threatened. So young people need safety from harm, psychological harm, physical harm, and otherwise. Then the next thing is they have freedom.
Okay. Freedom.
They have freedom. The next one is
It's
access.
Access.
They need to
Okay.
have access to basic necessities of life. Do they have a place to sleep?
Mm.
Do they have a place they can retire at the end of the day and they are excited to go back? Do they have food, like I just painted? The basic thing. They don't even have clothes to wear. Or sometimes you run into a young person on the street, you wonder where did they wake up from? I've worked with children in the space. We call them not street children, but children in the public space. And you see where these people sleep. So access to basic necessities of life. Just food, clothing, where to sleep.
Water.
And then you talk about education.
Okay.
That's education.
After
they go to school?
after the freedom, right?
Then they have the F stands for family connectedness.
Oh.
They may not be their biological family,
Immediate family.
but a
Okay.
significant person in their life.
Okay.
Because some don't have families, some are thrown out of their families, some have even lost their families. And they don't have a family
of their own.
on their own or in local parentage kind of family, people, the adults in their lives. So they are just floating at the mercy of elements of the environment and weather. Then they now have basic education. They need education, at least the basic, so that they can interact with life. So when you look at the safe model, it therefore means that the society must consciously give a high premium to young people because they are a seed to the next. You know the young people, when you talk about a triple dividend, the young people stand at the intersection of today and tomorrow. And the dividend is that, number one, first of all, they have something to offer themselves and the society. And that goes in 4 dimensions. They are proud because they are known for something, like we said.
Okay.
There's an education, there's a skill set, and there's a trade that they can apply. So that leads to what? They are able to contribute. They are contributors, not people who are looking for others to give. And by so doing, they now take their destinies. They can make decisions
Absolutely.
themselves. And then the second dividend is that when you raise those people like that, the society have a crop of what? Professional, artisans, and people of good behavior to contribute to the building of society. You don't need to depend on outsiders to come in. And capital flight will be reduced. And then the third dividend is that this generation that we have raised with the education, with skill set, with training, now will produce a generation, their offspring,
Absolutely. Would even do better.
who will do better. Because if we fail to impute into their lives today, outside on the street, they will still procreate. And you know that like gives to like.
And they have people who are looking up to them
Yes.
also that will do
And
worse
so
than
if we
they.
do not invest in them, we will not have them quality citizens who now become the instrument for nation building, who will give us another generation that will do better. So if we allow them in this limbo, we just wait to harvest the kind of generation they will bring, because they have to what? Procreate.
Absolutely.
So that's why you now see the society can suddenly, all that we have built is gone. That's why you see some children now selling their grandfathers and their parents instead that they built, because there is a problem in the process.
Absolutely. After our tweet, I wanted to ask, now we've talked about the effect of them not being equipped with all those things to the society. Now, what happens to that society if we have a youth that are well equipped, like have all these good things, But let's take our tweet first before we come to that. The first tweet we have here is from Dumebi, and it says, as a young person, the biggest investment is to increase your earning potential, courses and trainings. In a couple of years, you will earn more than your current annual income in a month. Then save and invest prudently. And then we'll have the next one. It says, once you realize that most organizations, seed fundings, jobs, opportunities, sponsorship, and grants target people below 35 years of age, okay, you will start to get serious and seize opportunities when you are still youthful. Your youth is a time to work and invest. Okay, so unfortunately, once you mark 36, most organizations are not interested in helping you up, because I think at that age, you should already have everything figured out. Please use your youthful brain to grab at every opportunity you can before it is too late. 36 years.
Yeah.
How true is this?
No, but Doctor had said it earlier on, even at 30.
Because it's supposed to be planned.
Okay.
If the society is conscious that you have only 3 decades of youthfulness, education will be a primary investment. Trade and skill developments, mentorship and leadership. Like it used to be in the old time, people mentor how girls you should behave, boys you should do this and everything. By 30, except a young person decided to derail, that person, you cannot see his or her back.
The person would have.
The person would have gone.
Yeah, but there are other factors that could hinder that.
Like I said, it's only in exceptions. In research and in social sciences, we know that there are exceptions. Health issues, family struggling, and there is maybe the person just decide to turn the other way. But in a normal situation, between that age, a young person would have finished school, would have learned sufficiently a good handwork, and should be able to earn a living on his own. At 30, though some of us at 30, we just had to write our Yekan jam. So it's because we allow things to just be on the free floor.
Okay. All right.
Because at 30, some people are presidents in their other nations.
Of course.
They are their Senate presidents. So it is not about the young people. The society needs to consciously realize that it needs to be there. When once those things are there, I'm telling you, you see, if you see some young people, what they are doing, you marvel at this time. They are far. They pay their parents.
Yeah, and I remember like in the 2023 election where we have lots of youths coming out for political appointments and all that, political positions and all that. But we have problems in this country. Many a times when youth are being given these opportunities, they end up
abusing
and then we'll go back to that thing again where they say,
they're not old enough to be given
this is I don't know what the problem is.
This is the problem. It's like bringing a new gadget with an old software.
The
young person looks young, but what is the dominant thoughts, the cultural bias that we have as a people? In sociology, they say what is forbidden is mostly desired.
Absolutely.
So as a nation, what do we reward? Someone will steal money and do plea bargain. And so the young person, even though he will tell you they won't do it, but subjectively, that is the consciousness and the spirit and the letter of what? The national ethos. It will find expression. And in most cases, that young person will do that because there is a system set in place for you to go that way. So you need to recalibrate the system. You hear a young person say, if I can just have a chance, I know what I would do. Because that is a dominant thought. So it needs to be consciously reprogrammed. And then they see it evidently that things are done right. If not, when you give them the position, it's like giving them a new gadget, but you have installed an old software. When you switch it on, it runs the way it was. So you need to upgrade the mind. The first thing is the mindset. And then they see the practices. If someone knows that if I break this cup in front of me, there's a punishment, he wouldn't break it.
Be careful.
But if another person keep on breaking, so, the day you now say, replace it, you say, is it because I am not from this tribe, which is our problem? Because once you set a precedent, it becomes a problem. So you need, check this nation, Rwanda. Have you seen how far they are going? They have every reason not to be where they are today. But they decide to what? To reframe their past and show example. They are not the very best, but you can see the speed they are going. And so everyone that is coming, young people, if you go to their legislature, is taken over 70% by women and young people. It is a mindset. So we can reframe it. It's not just about picking a young person and dropping somewhere. What is a dominant thought situation? So it's a lot of work to be done in our nation.
Absolutely.
And so that when the young person enters that place, he knows that he has a lot to offer. Yes.
All right. Eddie, you want to
so for individuals like you and I, what can we really do to help the youth in our little space?
We are doing a lot. This is what we are doing here. This is an investment, an hour of your professional knowledge on a global space. If you were to be paid, maybe in 12 months' time, you would have relocated from the nation to live somewhere because of the amount of money we paid. So this is an investment. In our private space, in our talk, before I came out here, I had an hour with a young person I ran into last week, and I said, what happened? I just passed by. I saw her keep pacing up and down and stopped me. Said, please, I just need someone to talk to me. I said, what is? They just broke into my shop and picked 3 of my tailoring machines. But I don't want it to become a police case, so what do I do? I said, well, that's not my field. So and I gave him someone's number, call that person, a retired police, be able to guide you how to get those things. So this morning, I've just called her back and we sat down to look at it. That's a way to go. So people are doing it in their various spaces. We have a lot of NGOs that are doing wonderfully well. Like I said, the ocean is big. So sometimes we just pour our 12 cups of investment, the thing dissolves. But you know what? It's a seed. Even if you just have, out of a dozen, 2 persons turn up in the right direction.
Okay.
So like the Chinese said, don't cause the volume of darkness, just get a candle. So when I get my candle, I do my mentoring, I speak to young people, I open my doors to them, you do the same, NGOs, and then you can just see the thing gravitates towards it. And then when, as a nation, we consciously awaken from the fact that we have lagged behind for so long with all the capacities we have. Check the exploit in medicine in Europe, the exploit in medicine in America. Check the profile. Mostly are Nigerians.
True.
Go to their cyberspace industry. They are Nigerians.
True.
Because the environment they found themselves has allowed them. So which means we have a lot. Our nation has so much to offer.
All right, and like Eddie just asked about what we can do as individuals, right? And I know government have a lot of youth initiatives. So what is the problem? Why are these things not, succeeding? What do you think are the challenges?
The late MKO used to say, you don't shave a man's hair in his absence. You see that most of the people that sit down to draw the policy for youth and implement, how many of them understand what it means to be a youth today? Yes, not that we have to shift them out, but you need people who really understand what it means to invest. Well, with all due respect to policymakers, most of the things are not meant to promote the well-being and develop the youth. They are only a means for people to cater to their pockets. You will hear that we have set 2 billion for youth development. Track it down to actual implementation.
It's always the implementation.
What goes to the youth across the nation is not up to 30%. Go and track it down. Go to your community. Follow up what they say they have done for youth. Just quietly go to that same community and see by yourself if what you see there is up to ₦1 million. But they can tell you that project is 50 million. So most of the time, good policies, good initiative, the president meant well, the governor meant well, or maybe international partners. But when that is done, is released, the real person that was used doesn't get it. So people siphon that money. People build estate they cannot account for. People have fleets of cars that even if they don't use a kobo from their salary for 50 years of working, they cannot purchase it. And they don't have any tangible business you can use to equate why they are that wealthy.
Now, some of the challenges...
Just that because he's the director is this. So that's a challenge.
Somebody said something one time. I had a guest here on the show who talked about how she followed up most of the initiatives that her organizations create. They give out this what they call them, handouts, like tools
manuals,
to use. Yeah, to people.
Manuals, yeah.
All right. So most people, when they do this, and they just go back and relax. So whether these people make use of these things, they don't care. But she said she follows up. She goes to the field. She follows up to make sure that these people who have been given these opportunities make due use of those things. So I guess one of the major problems we have is following up implementations, right? So how do we solve this problem? Since we know it's a problem.
This is the thing. Human capital development is not a show business. We make so much noise, we advertise programs more than we actually work towards it. We talk about investment in youth. It's not a tokenist activity. You go and give someone ₦1 million, already has a house rent to pay. You didn't give him investment for something, you gave him a house rent.
A house rent.
Because you have to look at how do you track it? Do you have a mentor? There must be a theme that look at, you're talking of, okay, giving 5 million to someone for tailoring. If you drop that money with that person, except those who actually wanted to succeed, we have solved their fantasies. So what do you do in that kind of situation? You have a guild of mentors. That money is released into an account. They draw up phase 1, 2, 3 of what they need to do. And at what period will this money be released? Create an account, and they follow it up. They give timelines. This thing, Anthony, can take you 6 months, can take you a year, 3 mentoring, because you want to create an ecosystem that after investing in ID, in 3 years' time, an ID will bring 4 more persons to have. So it is a long-time investment. It is not a media hype or something to go back to office. It's not about noise. It's about real work. That's what that lady said. You have to go back. Let me tell you what happens in a nation. Most of those things you see our governors and senators and public spiritual people do, give machines, give this. Those boys sell it. That same field. In fact, people normally come with money to buy it back.
Seriously?
At that events.
Really?
I'm telling you, those welding machines, those pumping machines, those refrigerators, most of them don't leave that event with the owners.
They sell them off.
They sell it back.
Oh,
Only if you take it back. Because sometimes people who enlisted on the list for that same training
are not the people that need it.
Are not the people that need it.
Oh.
Exactly.
So it's a lot of things. It's not about, the resources are there. Sometimes the intention, but the implementer. So we really need to do a soul searching as a nation. Where do you want to stand? 2030 is there. There is this work, there's this review, the Future of Job 2025 report by World Economic Forum. 3 things. Talk about employability, that the next 5 years, nations, organizations, individuals will fall out if they don't upskill, reskill, and train. Yes, you are doing well. You know how to handle the camera, but there's another camera that's coming up in 24 months that can displace you from jobs. So what do? You need to reskill constantly. So a nation that is not reskilling its youth will keep on
becoming obsolete. All right, thank you so much, Doctor, for coming on the show today. It's really educative, I must say.
Whenever we have him,
it's always like that. It's always like that. Like we're in the classroom, right?
And when I'm with you people, the spirit is always flowing. And with our crew people, the other time I have to say that the way you are resetting your systems, they are doing so much.
We're evolving.
Yeah, because without them behind this camera, we can do this.
Absolutely.
And then even the entire management will make sure that the place runs. So it's everyone's investment. And you don't know the extent to what you do. To you may see it, okay, this is what I'm cut out for to do in ADBN. But this is an investment.
Absolutely.
You know why I'm into what I'm in today, private practice? It was because of the seminar I attended in Ibadan.
Oh.
When I was in my year 3, that was 2007.
Oh,
so
really?
they came to do something on it. And from that, they gave us this business profile. So I wrote my own down, the research institute I want to set up.
Oh, really?
One man's, the man was in First Bank. He told me how he has to tell the wife to go into a business. And today, So from that day, that was a seed. It was just a classroom lecture theater, but that thing caught up with me. So you don't know what you do, and someone could be.
Thank you so much, Doctor. We'll be having you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in to our discussion on investing in youth development. We've explored the importance of supporting young people and how it can lead to a positive outcome for individuals, communities, and society. Special thanks to our guest, Dr. Edohoeket Eshiet, for sharing valuable insight and expertise. Let's continue the conversation and work towards create a brighter future for all. So until next time, from all of us, is stay engaged and keep exploring.
Bye-bye.
Bye.